Hey y'all, it's Shelly Moth. Welcome back to Mask Monday, and I'm going to show you the Nightshades latex paint that we got in stock. Alright, so these are the Mabry Monsters Nightshades paints from Motion Picture Effects. They're latex-based mask paints, and they're my favorite paints that I've ever used, and so I'm really happy and proud that we were able to carry them here at Nightmare Toys. So I'm going to show you everything about these paints, but first let's just take a look at the box. Okay, so the Mabry Monsters Nightshades from Motion Picture Effects, they come in two different size sets. You can get the 4-ounce set or the 2-ounce set, and we also sell all of these paints individually in larger sizes and everything, but if you want to get all 24 colors, it'll either be the 2-ounce set or the 4-ounce set. So I'm going to open this one up real quick and kind of show you how it kind of constructs into like a carrying case as well. And then it has these tabs right here. You hold it together like that and fold it. Then you have like a little lunch pail carrying case. And then the other cool thing about this box is on the back it has like the color chart. So it shows you all the colors, and then also pretty cool thing is on ours you get the little Nightmare Toys logo there, Motion Picture Effects logo, and then MabryMonsters.com, and then at Mabry Monsters for Instagram. Justin, our friend, is the one who kind of put together the color set, so it's kind of his color scheme, and then the scientists over at Motion Picture Effects took those and kind of made them these awesome latex paints. So let's go ahead and I'm going to open up the 4-ounce set, and then I'll start pulling them all out, and I'll just say like a little bit about kind of each one as I go. So I'll start with kind of like the primary colors. So here's the yellow. This is called Contamination. All of these paints have really cool names. Most of them are kind of based off of movies. Like this yellow is kind of a nod to the movie Contamination, I think. You know, this is just me assuming, but obviously this one, Red Rum, is talking about The Shining. And then let's see, we got the green. This one's Nilbog, obviously a nod to Troll 2.
Nilbog! It's Goblin spelled backwards!
We got blue for Street Trash. Or Street Trash for blue anyways. We would obviously have Black Sabbath. This is such a good black. It's funny, like when you spray it on, it looks a little gray, and then it dries to just like the blackest black. And I go through a lot of this, so you might want to order like a 8-ounce or 16-ounce or even 32-ounce one of black and white. It's called Fright White. Kind of sounds like Fright Night, but I'm not sure if that's where he got that one from. Let's see, so those are pretty much like your primary colors. Like I suggest if you're only going to get some paints, you could pretty much mix any color using these colors. But when you get into the cool like color set that Justin came up with, you end up with some really awesome colors. And so I do suggest, like if you're just starting out and you're really into painting monsters, to just get a whole set first, and then you can kind of see what you use a lot of, and you know, order larger of that, and then just kind of refill. But again, with these bottles, another cool thing is they have like a little skull right there that will have the color, because when you look at it, it's gonna dry like 2 or 3 shades darker once you spray it on. So just looking at it isn't gonna be enough. Like what you put the little skull right there, and then you can see what it's gonna basically look like once it dries. But obviously everything looks different as it dries on top of another color. But and then right there it says "Shake well, make scary stuff." And then if you look over here, we got the Nightmare Toys logo again. So that's just something really cool that I'm just proud that we're able to distribute these paints, because I love them so much. And so it's cool to see our logo on there. So this one's called Skinned. This one's a really kind of like a lighter purple, kind of pink, like reddish, nasty color. This is Terror Vision, another movie, Terror Vision, that I definitely think that this color kind of was inspired by. I use Terror Vision a lot. This is one of the ones that I end up putting like in almost any mask. It's kind of like, it's like a dark kind of purple, and it can be put under a lot of things to kind of create translucency like really well. And then also if you just spray something like straight up this color, it'll look like kind of pinkish purple, and it's just a really good base for like, you know, wacky monsters. I use that one a lot. Let's see, this is Humanoid. This one's really cool. It's just kind of like a lightish kind of pink. So now we have Gore. Gore is another one that I use a lot. I use Skinned, Terror Vision, and Gore a lot together. Then I also use Humanoid a lot with all that. So they kind of end up going together, and this is gonna look messy. But. Okay, so dead meat. Dead meat can kind of go along with these. These all work really well together. It's kind of a browner tone for all of those, so you have like the pink kind of purplish skin tone but it's a little more tan and brown, and that's another one that I use a lot of. So those kind of all go together to me. And then I have infected. Infected's kind of like a gray, but it's almost like a little bit of a brownish gray. That's a good one to go along with decomp. Decomp is a really dark kind of brownish gray. Well, it's more brown than gray. Decomp is like a really good base for a lot of stuff. Also, it's really good for like doing an underspray to create some like realistic definition. This is Far Gone. Again, Far Gone can go along with decomp quite well. It's a lot browner. Decomp kind of goes gray, and then when you get to infected, it's super gray. With Far Gone, it's a lot browner, but it's like a dark grayish brown. Everything's kind of muted, and it works for a really good color. Okay, here's what I was looking for. Dirt Nap. Dirt Nap could kind of go along with the primaries in a way, because it's just pretty much straight up brown. But it is lighter, so like you kind of go Dirt Nap and then Far Gone, and then decomp is kind of like those three go together really well. Okay, so this is my favorite color out of the whole set. This is Ghoul. I definitely use more Ghoul than anything. It works as a great base, and then depending on the rub out you do, it can look really different. It can be like a bright, like nasty witchy green, or you can make it look like really brown and zombie-y. It's just a really good place to start a lot of like zombie monster masks or witches or like goblins or ghouls, stuff like that. Obviously ghouls. It's a really good color for Ghoul, and also you can use it for like teeth and eyes, like whatever you want. It's just a great color. That's like my favorite of the set. My other favorite is Slime. Slime is like a lot yellow, like a lot more yellow, but it's like a nasty kind of putrid, slimy yellow, like kind of like pussy. And Ghoul and Slime together work really well. If you like want to make nasty, mucky zombies, Ghoul, Slime, and then Dirt Nap, all those colors can go together really well. And then again, Terror Vision, I end up using a whole lot. And I'll mix these colors to get like to the exact color that I want, but it's really awesome having this palette to start from. You can get to cool colors a lot faster. Okay, so now I'm gonna do Spook Show. This is a lot of people's favorite color. I do use Spook Show a whole lot. It's very like surf green, like minty green, and I'll mix it into like green and yellow to kind of make it this like bright, more poppy green. I like Spook Show quite a bit. Also, you can use it if you're doing like kind of an icy like character, like a snow beast or something, like white with like some. I'll mix Spook Show and blue together to get like that cool low lighting. And Spook Show is just a very cool, yeah, like surf green or like turquoise, I guess. Okay, and then all we have left are the two different skin tone ones. These are the ones I probably use most often besides the primaries. And there's going to be three of each. So there's Creeping Flesh and there's Zombie Flesh. So let's kind of see. This is Creeping Flesh Dark, Creeping Flesh Medium, and Creeping Flesh Light. So it's a light, medium, dark, and you know, again, the sign says shake well, make scary stuff. They do need to be shaked. After you shake them up, you can see the colors a little bit better, and we'll do that before we do our close-ups. But again, you can look at the color chart on the back of the box and then also the little skulls and these new color labels. Like when I first started using these, they were black and white labels, and I missed those ones a little bit because they had a cool like scary mansion, but I really like the little skull. And so anyway, so light, medium, dark, and Creeping Flesh. And Creeping Flesh is more just like your typical like light skin tone. And then same thing with these. You got Zombie Flesh Light, Zombie Flesh Medium, and Zombie Flesh Dark. Zombie Flesh Dark I use all the time. That's like one of my other like top 3 favorite colors. Zombie Flesh Dark's really cool, and then Medium Light. They're just lighter shades of like the same like basic color. But one thing that I've shown in at least one of the videos that we've put out by now is a lot of times you can start with the medium and then do a down spray, well, an up spray of the darker color, and then a down spray of the lighter color to get like a good all-around tone of that, and then you can do a rub out or whatever from there. But you know, mostly I'm using these latex paints for the base, but because they are opaque, they're not super translucent, but if you sneak up on it when you're doing the airbrush and everything, you can make them pretty translucent. But I'll usually do the base and then I'll do inks on top of it. And we've covered that in at least one video, and we'll do it in more videos. But anyways, hopefully that gives a good kind of overview of all the colors. And what I want to do in the future, and let me know in the comments if this would be something you'd like to see, because it is going to be somewhat expensive for me to do, but I kind of want to cast like 24 mini masks and just completely base out each one in a different color, so then we can really show off like how it dries and how it looks on top of latex. I think it'd be really cool for me too, because I could put them on my paint wall and kind of reference it. Again, I mix them a whole lot anyways, and like I have the paint chart and everything, but it is going to look different on latex, and I just thought it'd be a fun thing. But again, to make 24 even small masks and a mold and all that, it might cost me a little bit of money, but if you're interested in seeing that, let us know in the comments. All right, so that's going to do it for this week's Mask Monday. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in grabbing any of these paints, make sure you go to nightmaretoys.com and get them from us. I want to do a special thank you and shout out to Jeff and everyone at Motion Picture Effects for allowing us to carry these paints, and also just being so cool to me over the years. Long before I worked at Nightmare Toys, long before anyone was interested in seeing me paint anything, they have always been really cool. So they're the best paints out there. It's the best motion picture effects company out there. So make sure you check out their website and visit us at nightmaretoys.com. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.